I'm literally standing outside in cut-off t-shirts with an AR-15 in each hand, a cigarette in my mouth, and a beer that I just set on the porch. And they still ask me.
Talking, talking with famous people.
I was impressed with them. I thought they probably had the balls to answer some TI questions, and that's what scared them away. It wasn't the guy with alcohol and guns.
I'm still okay with agnostic being a thing, is contentness for the unknown. If I'm told there's a big bear in the cave, I know that. If I'm told of nothing in the cave, there could be a bear, there could be two bears, there could be something more dangerous than a bear. I would much rather go into the cave, which I do not know that there's actually a bear. I think I can carry that over to religious beliefs that I don't know whether there's a God, but I'm content with not knowing. And so for that reason, I think I justify identifying myself as agnostic.
It's not an equivalent analogy. There's no thing you're being said, okay, should I walk into this conversation affirming God, negating God, or affirming lack of decision regarding that? You're necessarily wrong, though, if your position is maybe. Now, an agnostic's position is not necessarily maybe, it's I don't know. But you don't know what? Well, you don't know if it's X or Y. So are you saying it may be either one? Well, yeah. But it's not either one, it's one or the other. So you're necessarily wrong if you're saying maybe. That's part of the problem. It's like saying it's gonna 60% chance rain tomorrow. No, it's gonna either 100% chance rain or it's gonna 0% chance rain. So in that regard, I think there's a good reason to reject the analogy. However, note that you framed your reasoning in terms of feeling, basically. You're saying you have a comfort with the unknown. It's a behavior or it's a claim. And so what you're talking about, being agnostic, you say, I like uncertainty. But you're not getting uncertainty. You're not getting uncertainty because it's not a behavior. And you're not establishing uncertainty because it's not a claim. Hey, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. I don't know anything about this. Then okay, then you don't need to tell us that.
I'm not necessarily saying that I don't know. I'm saying nobody can know for certain, and until it's proven, how can I think it's either I think it's both wrong for me to take the claim that the atheist approach of saying God doesn't exist, but I also think it's wrong to say that a God does exist, because there's not enough evidence either way. There's not enough empirical evidence either way to take a firm position on it.
So you're an atheist if you say that the theist position is wrong.
But I also think the atheist position is wrong.
Then you're like me, and you say you're agnostic when people are fucking needling at you. But don't flaunt that shit, because it's like saying you're writing a novel or that you do CrossFit.
I don't believe the thing you're talking about is agnosticism. If you are actually asserting that the theist position, the theist claims are wrong, then you are an atheist. You can't assert both those without a meta framework that successfully accounts for the fact that you're creating a contradiction to say directly that on the one hand, I disavow the theist position, but I'm not an atheist because I also disavow the atheist position, given the fact that the atheist means not theist.
I need a word for I don't know, and I'm not trying to figure it out.
It's recuse. I recuse myself from the issue, like that.
I wholeheartedly hope that science in my lifetime can provide the answer.
If it does provide an answer you feel is satisfactory, then it's not then the it's no longer the thing that we need answered.
If science can find it, you just discovered some more science. And it's going to cease to be God in the sense that we know it.
God's necessarily predominant quality is ineffability.
Even though you may not actually be able to prove an existence of God, there could be an unsurmountable amount of scientific evidence to point towards one.
Like what? The Big Bang, the universe all happened at once. Energy came out of nowhere.
I'm not sure I know exactly what it would look like, and we may not even have the technology right now to be able to recognize it ourselves.
Picture.
But
Photo of
what?
God. Photo of God. We need a photo. What would be cool is to let it be known that I'm looking for a church. But as people come to try to sell me their church, reveal gradually my increasingly ridiculous demands for what I'm looking for in a church, right? Do you have holy water? Number one question. Number two, what magical powers does it give me? Can I bring my own idols and include them in the ceremony? Do you guys make any claims that your religious iconography and such will stop vampires? How many different kinds of objects can you transubstantiate? The Yaelorian transubstantiation protocols can account for any material except for solar plasma. And that's good. You don't want to transubstantiate the sun.
what is the largest living being that I can sacrifice at your altar?
I don't think there's any sacrifices of living beings, unless you mean a metaphysical sacrifice of a living being, in which case those happen left and right. I mean, Neptune was sacrificed at the altar of Yaelor the other night, I'd say. I think it's fair to say that. If there's one sin in Yaelorism, I would say it would probably be coddling wrongness. Heathens and blasphemers, what are they? They're wrongness coddlers.
And will prayer save them?
No, shoving their wrongness up their ass, I think, is the prescribed protocol. Oh, good, it's extra pointy. That makes me happy. Do you know where it's going? Lo, 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 and behold, the gospel of Yaelor has been spoken. Praise Yaelor. I'm glad that Jordan has decided to exchange his former agnosticism for a piety unsurpassed in Yaelorianism. Thank you, Jordan, our newest convert to the Yaelorian religion. Yaelorian truths, science, subset. That's how it works. And then talking with famous people. The box in which all the rest of the universe fits in. Talking with famous people. You're a wrongness coddler.